feel. I hope that you're doing well today or tonight. As I had mentioned in, I think it was yesterday's video, maybe the day before that, tonight I will be wearing my leather jacket while rambling because it makes some pretty nice, kind of squeaky slash crinkly sounds. So I know it might look a little ridiculous to wear this for a video. Please just know I'm doing it for the sounds, not to come off as cool. Although I will say I do think this leather jacket is really, really cool. Now, it doesn't make me cool. I look like a nerd because I am a nerd. But the jacket itself is very, very cool. I've had it for, it's hard to say how long. Anywhere from 3 to 5 years, I believe. And I wear it very, very often. It's one of my daily wearers, so it has developed a very nice leather patina. So the front is very, very dark from all of the wear and tear that I have put on it over the years. I can't really show you because the way my setup is I've got my desk and you in front of me, and then I've got me, my chair, and then my bed is right behind me, so I'm kind of boxed in between the desk and the bed. I have just enough room to sit. I can't really move around at all, let alone stand up. So you'll just have to take my word for it that it looks very nice with the patina on it. But yeah, I've had it for many, many years, and I will admit, I've put it through a little bit of abuse, for sure. I would wear it, not would. I still wear it, admittedly, in the rain, the snow. Yeah, I don't take. I was about to say, I don't take the best care of it, but that's a lie. I treat it roughly, for sure, but I do make sure to look after it as well. I know those two things kind of conflict, but I do my due diligence to keep it in good condition. The inside lining, I might be able to show you that, is It's kind of hard to see, but it's got a bit of a floral pattern on it. In the dark brown. But said lining is starting to fall apart in a couple of places. So pretty soon here I'm going to have to stitch a few holes back up. Thankfully, I was taught by my mother how to mend clothing, so I can fix it relatively easily. It's just more of getting around to doing it. I can procrastinate quite a bit sometimes, unfortunately. Not my greatest trait, I will admit. Although, more often than not, I'm able to tell that I'm procrastinating and basically tell myself to cut it out and do what needs to be done. But yeah, I need to sew a few holes up, absolutely. I like to wear a watch on my left wrist here. And unfortunately, the face of the watch had gotten caught on the fabric while I was putting my arm through the sleeve, and I made a pretty good sized hole in the sleeve there on the liner, so I certainly need to fix that. But besides that, it's in decent condition, and it's a leather jacket, so it's got that nice leather smell even after all these years. And I've got to admit, I am a complete sucker for the smell of leather. It's probably my favorite smell on the planet. There's something about it. I think too, this is kind of a classic combo as well. Tobacco and leather. They go together very, very well. I'm not really a big smoker. I don't smoke cigarettes or marijuana. The only thing that I do smoke are cigars. But I smoke cigars very, very rarely. They're more to mark a special occasion rather than an everyday kind of thing. If I were to put a number on it, I'd say I'd probably average out per year maybe 10 cigars a year. Sorry, got a hair in my mouth. Now, they're still not good for me, of course, and I highly recommend that nobody smokes cigars. I do not endorse them by any means, but, for me, the risk factors of 10 cigars, roughly, a year is, relatively low. I'm very healthy otherwise, so it's a risk I'm willing to take. But yeah, I mean, the smell of cigar smoke, the premium tobacco burning, smells fantastic, in combination with leather. And there's quite a few colognes I've seen over the years that, say that they are meant to smell like tobacco and leather. But unfortunately, I have yet to find a cologne that truly smells like those two things. If any of y'all have any recommendations for colognes that smell like tobacco and leather, please let me know down in the comments, because I would buy it in a heartbeat. I love that combination of smells. It just smells good. Even when I was a kid and was not smoking and had never smoked, I still found that combination of smells to be really, really nice. I don't know, something about it. I've seen those videos of cigar rollers. Again, even well before I myself started to smoke them. I was probably 14 or so. But it's just a video of the cigar craftsman rolling them by hand. And I loved watching those. I still watch them from time to time. I really love to watch craftsmen at work. Something about a true master of something creating in front of your eyes is, I find it very mesmerizing. I love it. That's actually one of the big factors that got me into leatherworking. I remember seeing videos when I was just a kid of master craftsmen making wallets and purses, backpacks, watch straps, etc. And there would never be any talking or commentary over those videos. It was just, 99% of the videos didn't even have background music. It was just the sound of the craftsman and his craft. And I found them to be so interesting, and also incredibly relaxing. So much so that sometimes I would fall asleep while watching them and have to rewatch later after my nap, of course. kinds of videos, and I saw a bunch of leatherworking videos, and you hear them cutting the leather and stitching and punching holes, and I don't know, something about that just sang out to me, and I had to try it myself, and here I am 6 or so years later, still making leather goods to this day. I love that kind of thing. Recently, because I've been learning how to bookbind, I've been watching a lot of bookbinding videos and watching some masters of that craft. I can't compare to them. Maybe one day in the very far, far future, but currently I'm a child compared to them. But I particularly enjoy watching those binders make very traditional covers that one would have seen in medieval times. So they actually use wood for the boards instead of book boards, and of course they're wrapped in leather. They're leather bound, and the designs for those books, the covers of them are just incredible. They have their brass tools, and they heat them up very slowly, and they use it to make impressions on the leather. It's called blind tooling. And a lot of them will also use gold foil for their tooling. So they'll leave golden markings on the book. It's beautiful work, and I love watching it so much. I just love that style of book. I love that rugged kind of, it almost looks like a fantasy tome, if you will. And I love that style. I am currently trying to teach myself such a style as that. Not having as much success as they do, of course, but I'm making progress little by little. Also, brass tools for blind tooling are incredibly expensive and rare. It's an expensive hobby to get into, but I'll just very slowly build up my tools over time. Anyhow, I went on a bit of a tangent there. That's kind of my thing, but back to tobacco and leather. Again, if anyone out there has a brand that has a good smelling tobacco and leather cologne, please let me know. I would be all over that in a heartbeat. You know, it's so strange when I think about it. When I was a kid and all throughout growing up, I really never thought I would end up smoking at all. Anything, period. But, you know, I remember I found out when my older brother was 21, and I was still relatively young at the time. I had found out that he was smoking cigars, and I remember I was so heartbroken. Again, I was pretty little at the time, and I thought that the world was ending. I thought he was gonna, get hooked on like cocaine and things like that next. It's very silly of me to think, but back then when I was 12 and prior, if current me went back in time to speak to young me, I think young me would be pale talking to me. I would go white as a sheet hearing about the things that I now do. But, again, 10 cigars a year is certainly not as healthy as no cigars a year, but it's really not a super big risk factor for me. Everybody is different. If it says anything, when I go to the doctor, they always ask, do you smoke, right? And I always tell them, I say, well, I smoke cigars relatively rarely, and they go, what exactly is relatively rarely? And I tell them, about 10 a year, maybe. And that's enough for them to check the non-smoker box on the little questionnaire thing. They consider me to be a non-smoker, so I consider myself to be a non-smoker, really. I don't smoke unless it's a special occasion. I've actually never just smoked a cigar for the sake of smoking a cigar. It's always been, a holiday or visiting old friends that I haven't seen in a very long time. Things like that. So yeah, I wouldn't really consider myself to be a smoker, but I would be lying if I said I did not enjoy a cigar, a good cigar. I don't know, it's I like the flavor, and as well, it's a very long process. Cigars that I buy usually last an hour, sometimes 2, depending on which cigars I get. So it's kind of a almost meditative process for me, because I just sit down and I'm not doing anything else. I'm sitting outside, watching the grass, blowing the breeze as I smoke. That's it. Nice and simple. I like simple things like that. That is, I think, one of my biggest goals in life is to just enjoy the small, simple things of life. reminds me of that episode of The Office. What do they call it? Pam, Toby, and Oscar start a club. I can't remember if it's called Just the Little Things or Just the Small Things. I can't remember, but every month they get together and have tea and finger sandwiches, and I think they discuss books. I can't remember. And they all get together and do that, and then somebody crashes in on it, or like wants to get in on it, and ruins the whole thing. But I love that show. It's such a it's such an interesting thing because I watch it and I'm very conflicted while watching it. On one side, I love the show. I think it's very funny. It's got my kind of humor, and it's kind of a comfort show for me, if you will. But on the other hand, I get the worst secondhand embarrassment from that show. Almost every episode will make me blush because I imagine that I'm in that situation and I get so embarrassed. It's a lot of episodes of that will make my hands, my palms start to sweat, and it's just such a it's very conflicting. I love it, but also it makes me so embarrassed so often. Great show though. If you've never seen The Office, I highly recommend it. It's great. Truly, truly great. I've only ever seen the US version. I know there's the original, I believe, is filmed in the UK. I haven't seen that one, so I can't speak for that, but the US version is hilarious. I love it. But anyhow, I'm sure you've noticed I'm blinking like crazy now. My eyes are dry because I'm so tired. So I'm gonna wrap it up here and call it a night. So I hope that you have a great rest of your day or night, and that you'll stay safe out there. Have a good one, y'all.